How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan. Born to battle. Start on just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the sun shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And I know that the Dallas Cowboys is currently struggling when it comes to getting in the win column, but we only have a few more games left that are not like fighting the final boss of the video game, Cowboys Nation. With the remaining games left on the schedule, the Dallas Cowboys only have 3 games that would normally be considered easy games, even though we shouldn't be thinking any game this year is a winnable game. One of those games is the upcoming matchup on Monday Night Football against Ashton Genty and the Las Vegas Raiders. I know, Cowboys Nation, the way we've been playing, it's not a far-fetched to say that this game could be considered another trap game for our Dallas Cowboys. So during this Raw and Uncut, I want to talk to y'all about what I think will be the keys to victory when it comes to facing the Las Vegas Raiders during Monday Night Football. So let's go ahead and get into it during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
Man, keeping it real, man, keep it real, that's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. Our Dallas Cowboys have gone through a very devastating blow to the team and the organization last week. As everyone is fully aware, Marshawn Kneeland is no longer with the team, and unfortunately, the schedule doesn't stop in the midst of a tragic loss. So, we got to travel to the Las Vegas Raiders in order to face Ashton Genty on another Monday Night Football game. While I got to experience the Monday Night Football game against the Arizona Cardinals live and in living color, I also got to see how our offense operated live and in living color. One thing that I left the game thinking was, why in the world wasn't George Pickens targeted down the field? There were so many times where I was yelling for Dak Prescott just to throw the ball down the field and trust him to either come down with the catch or to draw a DPI against the Arizona Cardinals. Everyone knows that if you just lob up in the direction of George Pickens, he's either going to come down with the ball or he's going to draw a flag on the defense. Then I got to look at the replay of the game when I got home, and I see our offensive line having issues with keeping Dak Prescott clean. I hate to call a specific player out, but Terrence Steele, you keep getting beat on the edge, dude. There were a few plays where Dak Prescott was either getting sacked or getting hit, and Terrence Steele was there in the vicinity helping Dak Prescott up, meaning that his man applied the pressure. Against the Las Vegas Raiders, we have to do something with the edge of the offensive front. Y'all know me. I've been an advocate for benching Terrence Steele, switching Tyler Guyton over to the right tackle position, and plugging Nate Thomas at that left tackle spot. Honestly, I believe that would help our offensive line more than it would hinder it. And I know that Terrence Steele's a great run blocker. I know that, Cowboys Nation. Let's not get it twisted. But what happens when you're not running the damn ball? Do we have to close our eyes and hope that Dak Prescott doesn't get his head taken off? Remember, Cowboys Nation, we will be going up against Max Crosby, and I feel that they will line him up against Terrence Steele to exploit that mismatch. We can't allow that to happen, Cowboys Nation. So, Brian Schottenheimer, use more 12 and 13 personnel in order to help whatever side that Max Crosby decides to line up on. And speaking of George Pickens, Brian Schottenheimer has got to figure out ways in order to get him involved in this offense. In the game against the Arizona Cardinals, I feel that Dak Prescott targeted CeeDee Lamb way too much and kind of forgot about George Pickens. Cowboys Nation, we have a legitimate wide receiver too, a wide receiver too that we all begged for in George Pickens. Why isn't Brian Schottenheimer using him more? One thing you don't want to do is to get George Pickens' morale down. This is a player that needs his targets. I mean, I understand that the wide receiver position is filled with players who would be considered divas, and they need their targets, but the overall outcome of the game is more important than how many targets you get. But The targets also indicate the morale of the player. Like I said, prime example is A.J. Brown. But we saw what Pickens was able to do when CeeDee Lamb was out due to injury. Let's continue to play ball that way so that we can start putting W's into the win column. And I truly believe this game is a game that we can do that, Cowboys Nation. When we acquired George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers, we said, now you gotta pick your poison. But when the scheme is taking one of your true targets out of the game, something has gotta change. There's no poison out on the field. So Brian Schottenheimer, please come up with a game plan that gets George Pickens involved a little bit more. If you get him involved more, it will help this rushing attack, in turn, helping the Dallas Cowboys control the game and the time of possession. But on the defensive side of the ball, Cowboys Nation, I got a feeling that you're going to see this defense shine during this game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, the Raiders are having an issue with their QB1 in Geno Smith. There are a number of Raiders media figures who was trying to get rid of Geno Smith, who are tired of the Geno Smith experience, and they hope that the Raiders move on from him next offseason. This doesn't mean that the Dallas Cowboys secondary is off the hook, though, Cowboys Nation. But if you remember correctly, Dallas Cowboys fans, in 2023, the Dallas Cowboys beat the Seattle Seahawks 35-41 at home. But guess who the Seattle Seahawks quarterback was that put up 35 points against our Dallas Cowboys? Geno freaking Smith. The Dallas Cowboys are coming off a loss to another backup quarterback in Jacoby Brissett, where the Dallas Cowboys secondary allowed him to look like Peyton freaking Manning. We can't allow a quarterback that is stinking up the joint in Vegas to beat us in the passing game, Cowboys Nation. We have to shut down their rushing attack and make Geno Smith beat us with his arm. But let's not act like Geno Smith isn't capable in doing so, because Jacoby Brissett can. The thing that excites me is that we have a couple of players that have recently been activated to return to the field to play, and that's Siobhan Rebel Jr. and DeMarvion Overshown. But according to Yahoo Sports, Overshown is slated to return to active play after the Las Vegas Raiders game. So, Overshown's not coming back for this game. I don't think we'll see Siobhan Rebel Jr. on the field this week either. So, that makes me continue to put my hopes in the current secondary in Kyer Elam, Deron Bland, and Kalen Carsons. The latter coming off of a good performance against the Arizona Cardinals. But according to OurLad.com, they have Siobhan Rebel Jr. as the starting cornerback, while DallasCowboys.com has both Kyer Elam and Siobhan Rebel Jr. as the starting cornerbacks, with Reddy Stewart at your nickel cornerback position, meaning Deron Bland will go on the outside again this week. So let's hope that the Dallas Cowboys has Siobhan Rebel Jr. on a pitch count and doesn't put too much pressure on him coming back from injury. But Cowboys Nation, I hope that we see Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark out on that field at the same time in obvious rushing down so that we can stop Ashton Genty in his tracks. I feel that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to try and run the ball to set up the big plays to Tyler Lockett off the play action pass. This is where our linebackers are going to have to play with their hair on fire. This is where I hope to see Logan Wilson shine. And speaking of Ashton Genty, let's take a quick look at the controversial statement that he made to the media about the Dallas Cowboys defense and how they plan on attacking us. All right, Cowboys Nation, we over here on the split screen looking at Nick Walter's X account. This is where Ashton Genty said his controversial statement about the Dallas Cowboys defense. Let's go ahead and take a listen to it.
No, we have a whole week ahead, but Monday Night Football matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, what stands out to you about their defense?
Yeah, I mean they got some great players. They just added Quentin Williams, in the interior, so I'm sure that'll level up their front. But just a good all around team. But there's definitely places where we can attack them and make great plays.
You mentioned Quentin Williams. What do you think he adds, to that group up front in terms of what they can do?
Yeah, just another guy in the interior to be disruptive. I mean, he's a game wrecker, so we gotta be ready for him.
Does that? I mean, they add him. They add Logan Wilson. There could be a handful of new starters for them on defense coming out of the bye. Does that make the prep for them a little different than most weeks, especially this late in the game in the season?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say really much different. We just prepping kind of for whoever's going to be out there. And obviously they've made some changes, so we'll just prepare for that.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Thanks, Josh.
You know, Cowboys Nation, a lot of people had issue with Ashton Genty smiling in this whole clip. I don't know what people had issue with because he said what he was supposed to say. I know if I was the running back for the Las Vegas Raiders, I would have said the exact same thing. I'm not going to go up here and be like, well, man, they just got Quinnen Williams and they got Kenny Clark. I don't know if I'm going to be able to run up the middle. Ashton Genty said exactly what he needed to say. I don't know what the issue is with some Cowboys fans saying that he was smiling. You know, shout out to those guys, you know, much respect to those guys. But I believe this dude has a nervous tick, and that nervous tick being smiling, because this man smiles through anything. Whenever we were looking at him in the draft process, that man had a Kool-Aid smile on his face. So I don't think this is a shot at the Dallas Cowboys. I just think he had to say something in front of the media, and he said the most politically correct thing that he could say, being a Las Vegas Raider, and looking at the damn schedule that they got and the record that they got from said schedule. But let's go ahead and go back over to the field again. Honestly, Cowboys Nation, I wouldn't normally sweat this game, but seeing that our secondary's having issues this year, I kind of worry about getting the dub over the Las Vegas Raiders. If our defensive front can win the battle at the line of scrimmage, then I believe we will have a shot at winning this game. But it all depends on how the Nealon situation has affected this team, Cowboys Nation. If they go out with aggression and dedicate this game to them, I feel that they will show up to Las Vegas and they will show out. If they're going through it emotionally, I don't know what the outcome will be for this game, Cowboys Nation. All I know is that I witnessed no aggression when the Dallas Cowboys came out of the tunnel against the Arizona Cardinals, and I was there live. They need to have that aggression this week. They need to be aggressive on both sides of the ball. And also, before this video ends, this game is important to Brian Schottenheimer. This game represents the student versus the teacher. Brian Schottenheimer has gone on record multiple times saying that he learned a lot from Pete Carroll. This game is a prime opportunity for him to go out there and out-coach Pete Carroll to solidify himself in this league as a good head coach. And I understand that it's the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Las Vegas Raiders are not a good team, but it's still about the optics in the NFL. So I'm going to need Brian Schottenheimer to dial it up on Monday night. Use the talent that you have out on that field to get this team a victory this coming Monday. If the Dallas Cowboys plan on trying to make any type of run, then they need to start now. I mean, honestly, they should have started last week, but it is what it is. But as far as the prediction that I have for this game, Cowboys Nation, I have the Dallas Cowboys going into Allegiant Stadium and getting the dub over the Las Vegas Raiders. The score prediction, 27-24 Cowboys. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you feel about the upcoming matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you think that our Dallas Cowboys will get the dub on Monday night? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help the channel reach its current goal of 20,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video, share this content, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype this video. Doing so makes sure that we get out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans. They will see the content and want to join the Angry Cowboys fan family. But if you are DC for life and you're here to cheer on our Dallas Cowboys, win, lose, or draw, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdowns, or Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay. It's time to turn it up a notch, Cowboys Nation. I won't be the ambulance chaser, but I will be bringing you more content as the season moves along. More lives, more content. I hope to see y'all in the comment section of the videos and participating in the comment section during the live shows. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.